Funding for Iowa Outdoors is provided by the Claude P. Small, Catherine Small Cousins, and William Carl Cousins Fund at the Lincoln Way Community Foundation in Clinton County to support nature programming on Iowa Public Television.
And by the Alliant Energy Foundation. Many of Iowa's natural wonders you'll find on Iowa Public Television can be found in Iowa Outdoors Magazine, the Iowa DNR's premier resource for conservation, education, and recreation activities. Subscription information can be found online at iowadnr.gov.
For many Americans, living with a disability is a constant reminder of pain and the seemingly random circumstances that can forever alter our lives. For disabled veterans, it can take on an entirely different meaning, such as sacrifice, service, and honor.
This nationwide community of servicemen and women prides itself on working together and looking out for each other's well-being. So every year, the Department of Veterans Affairs invites any and all disabled veterans to a week-long fishing camp to convalesce and cast lines.
We can't provide this type of environment in our healthcare system. You know, a lake, the peaceful, the calmness. You know, this is what a healing environment is for veterans, truly. You can just sense it in how they talk to you about it. You know, it's been a long winter for them, and this is what they think about, that they want to be able to come out here and not think about their disabilities or anything. They're just there, they're present, they're in the moment, they're able to really connect with themselves, whether it be their spirituality, just their health. It's just amazing.
So I reach down and...
The annual Veterans Casting Away Disabilities fishing event is special. No matter if your disability is physical, mental, spiritual, or emotional, the calming waters of Lake Rathbun are there to provide relief.
It takes all year long to plan something like this and coordinate and get it together. It started some 17 years ago. We had a veteran that was in an electric wheelchair, very brittle, couldn't do a whole lot of anything, came into my office and said, "How can I stay active? Can you help me with that?" We put our heads together and we started a fishing event. Fishing is just a vehicle, getting the veterans out. They're not sitting on the couch. They're participating with other veterans.
From that very first meeting to nearly 2 decades later, veterans travel from across the country to take part in the event. An entire week reeling in fish, sharing stories, and simply enjoying each other's company.
Got it?
Hello, veteran.
Veterans are a special group. There's a special bond between veterans, and when you add in the factor of disabled veterans, that circle gets even smaller, and that bond becomes even greater.
I had a veteran that kind of really summed it up for me, and I, you know, his name was Lonnie Cunningham, a very special, dear friend to me. He says he spends 358 days a year being saturated with, you know, folks staring at him, folks saying, "I'm the poor man, I'm a triple amputee," you know, the poor guy. He says it just, you know, builds up. But he says, for this 1 week, I am part of the norm. I'm part of the norm with everybody else, and that sets me free.
And then you're going to grab my feet, right?
Yep.
Okay.
We're not going to go forward. We're just going to try to go
Straight up
first.
Yeah.
Yep.
You bet.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Take weight.
Okay, I'm going to come you. I want to come to you, Al.
Okay, and then I'll step back.
You just hold on to my arm there. You got it?
Kenny,
Are you behind me, Joe?
Yep, I'm up.
A couple of friends I made last year worked me into the boat, so I got to go and be like one of the guys and just fishing all day.
Those seats are too low.
Yeah.
I have the same problem. I don't have a kneecap in my right leg. So getting up past 90 degrees is impossible.
Oh, yes,
I got
it
some
is.
throw
It's
fishing.
terrible.
I know it's hard to do. Everybody puts so much effort into it, but for a couple of hours, a couple of days out of the year, being disabled doesn't cross my mind. It's wonderful.
As veterans like Casey get to relax and focus only on fishing, event organizers work to make sure everything goes smoothly. Aside from 38 volunteers who offer a week of their time to provide veterans assistance, boats, tackle, and more,
Have a good one out there, guys.
the event wouldn't be the same without Veterans Affairs' key partner.
Did I come right up here?
The last couple of years, the DNR has come on as one of our partners, and it's been a terrific relationship with those folks. And seeing those guys and gals come in and just jump in with both feet and help assist our veterans, it's been fantastic.
Castaways is our #1 event. We love hosting Castaways here at Hunting Creek Resort, and yes, we bring in staff from all over the state for a day to work with us. This area just will hold anybody. We want everybody to come down and enjoy our resources that we provide here for everybody. We have Korean War veterans clear down to groups of our age, of the 20s or 30s of veterans, and we love to have them, and hopefully they come back next year.
But working with the DNR has a distinct logistical advantage as well. Attending the 2018 event were more than 60 veterans, with roughly 20 in wheelchairs. Few locations have facilities that can house that many visitors with disabilities.
When we first started this event, our biggest problem was we couldn't find enough cabins or rooms that were wheelchair accessible. So when we started this little partnership with the DNR, they offered this area down here. We came down, took a visit. It's wonderful.
That's when we have the Hunting Creek Resort here on the Rathbun Lake. We have a great marina. It's all handicap accessible for everybody to come down. We have multiple slips for boats, and we have the staff to come down and help with this event every day. All right, thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Staff are active. I mean, this is a busy week for them, and they're very excited about it. But they help them with their mobility needs, with making sure that they have the right fishing equipment, making sure they go to the right places to catch fish as well, because they want to make sure that they have all the hot spots. But I think what's important is that they truly care as well, and it's rewarding for them to see a veteran in a different capacity, in a different sort of environment once again.
While the veterans are certainly grateful, the fishing is definitely the main draw.
Right on cue for you.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice one.
Oh my God! We got one, big one.
Nice, Wally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
I love this program. These guys are great. They take wonderful care of us. Just does so much for veterans. Brings out what life is about. Makes everything in life worthwhile.
I love it. It's real important for me.
Oh, we're crossed.
It gets me out.
That's all right.
Makes me feel like a human being again.
When you think about healthcare, what does the normal public think about? They think about in terms of a hospital or a clinic or a doctor or whatever. Well, we have those healthcare services here for veterans if needed, but it's really an opportunity to be able to, address your fears that they may have or things that they've never done before. Here's an opportunity in a safe environment to be able to do something that possibly, is new to them. They have exposure to kayaking, to whatever they want to do. The staff's going to make sure they can do it.
We have 61 vets here. The youngest is 28, the oldest is 88. We've got spinal cord injured, we've got amputations, we've got traumatic brain injuries, we've got military sexual trauma, we've got folks with terrible PTSD. We don't use the disabilities as a catch-all with all this. If you're a veteran and you want to participate and you've had what we call life-changing disabilities, so no matter how small or minute you might think it's changed your life, we want to have you.
And if you know a veteran that would love this event but wouldn't personally reach out, Kurt and his team have gone the extra mile to get vets to attend. So next year, instead of letting that veteran simply watch their peers enjoy Rathbun on TV, consider pushing them to join.
We've had veterans that were in their homes for 3 years, and we physically went and got them and brought them on this trip, and now there's some of them sitting right here in boats that wouldn't miss it. So if you're sitting at home thinking, I can't do this. Can't is not a word in our vocabulary. Come down, check us out. You'll have a great time, I guarantee it.
Funding for Iowa Outdoors is provided by the Claude P. Small, Catherine Small Cousins, and William Carl Cousins Fund at the Lincoln Way Community Foundation in Clinton County to support nature programming on Iowa Public Television.
And by the Alliant Energy Foundation. Many of Iowa's natural wonders you'll find on Iowa Public Television can be found in Iowa Outdoors Magazine, the Iowa DNR's premier resource for conservation, education, and recreation activities. Subscription information can be found online at iowadnr.gov.
Move to Include. It's a public media initiative to promote awareness and inclusion of people with disabilities. With special programs, events, social media, and online resources, Move to Include challenges the community to learn more about the abilities of people with disabilities. For more information, visit us online at movetoinclude.us.